For section 1.4, we are going to be going over how to find triangles missing angles using the interior and exterior angle theorems. To prove the triangle sum theorem for the interior, I'm going to look at a line. So I have a line. I'm going to draw two lines that intersect. Now, if I know that this is angle A, B, and C, angle A plus angle B plus angle C will add up to 180 because it is linear, or you could say supplementary. That's our reasoning why those three add up to 180. Now, if I draw a line parallel to this top line, that means these alternate interior angles will match, and these alternate interior angles will match. So when you see inside this triangle, when I add up angle A plus angle B plus angle C, when I add them up, they should also add up to 180 degrees for a triangle. And they're called interior angles because they are inside of the triangle. All right, so from there, knowing that, we are going to try and solve for interior angles. So I am given question mark plus 60 plus 70, and because these are the three interior angles, they should add up to equal 180, which means question mark plus 130 equals 180. Subtract the 130. 50. And if you wanted to check, some of you might just do 180. I'm just gonna minus 60 and I'm gonna minus the 70. That's completely fine, as long as you remember how to do it. Okay, so question B. I have my three interior angles. Question mark plus 121 plus 24 should add up to 180. I combine my like terms. Question mark plus 145 equals 180. We then subtract the 145, which gives us that our missing angle is 35 degrees. And I'm gonna write the 50 in up here as well. This was 50 degrees in there. Okay. Checking my work, 180 minus 121 minus 24 is 35. What happens if we have an x? So when I have an x in here, I'm going to write 26x minus 2, just copying this, positive 70 positive 60. All three interior angles add up to 180. The x is the only x throughout this whole line, so I'm going to write 26x. Oops. Then I'm going to combine all of these constants that are on the same side together. 180 is stuck on the right because of that equal sign, so 180 gets left out. Negative 2 plus 70 plus 60, I combine them, is positive 128. Equals 180. We can then subtract and then we divide to get x alone, which gives us x equals 2. So that would be solving for x. If they want us to solve for the angle, we would need to take this 26x minus 2 and plug in our x. And I'm going to use my calculator to do 26, plug a 2 in, minus 2 is 50. So this angle would be 50 degrees in this corner. There are other ways to find that 50 degrees. Totally fine as long as you can find x is 2 and the angle is 50. Question B. We have an x plus 34. We have a 65. We have this little box. This little box is a 90, which means when I add these three up, they should equal 180. I combine like terms. X plus 180 gets left off because it's on the right, so we have 34 plus 65 plus 90 is 189. Going to subtract the 189, and that gives us that x equals a negative 9. Now x is fine being negative. Okay, so we solve for x. X is fine being negative. This angle right here should not be negative. So when I plug in to find this angle, and I have x plus 34, and I plug in this negative 9, negative 9 plus the 34 gives us 25 degrees. So we can solve for x, or sometimes we will be asked to find the missing angle. The other question we have for today is when there is an exterior angle. When there is an exterior angle, I'm going to draw a line, and then a triangle. Okay, A, B, C. I know angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180 because it is a triangle interior sum. So these three should add up to 180. I'm going to label that exterior angle a D. I know that angle C plus angle D should also equal 180. This one and this one should be 180 together because they are linear, or you can define them as supplementary. Because they both are 180, I can set them equal. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals angle C plus angle D. So this piece will equal that piece because they both make 180. Now if I eliminate, I can minus angle C from both sides, and that'll cancel them out. So when I add these two angles together that are inside the triangle, they will equal that exterior angle D. So I'm going to show you a few examples of what that looks like. So if I have these two interior angles of 54, I would add it with this, I think it's a 62, it's kind of hard to see. It would equal this exterior angle. So I would then add them up. 116 degrees. Question B. I have these two interior angles, so I'm going to add them up. And they should equal this exterior angle. So now that the question mark has that 52 stuck on it, I'm going to subtract it, which leaves us with the question mark is 52. Now they're going to throw in a little bit of algebra for us, solving for x. So we're going to take the two interior. We have a 60, we have a minus 5, and a plus 15x. That's our inside pieces that we're going to put together. We keep the signs the same. This was a positive 60, negative 5, positive 15. And it will equal this exterior piece, 27x minus 5. If you want to, you can draw like that imaginary wall. Here, the equal sign. 60 minus 5 can be put together. That makes 55. They cannot be combined with the 15 because the 15 has that letter x on it, as a variable. 27x minus 5, they cannot be put together because they're not like terms, so I can't combine them. Now to move, I want to get the 15x and the 27x together. I'm going to move the smaller number so I don't have to deal with negatives. Because this is a plus 15x, I'm going to minus 15x. That makes the 55 stay. That one just is left alone. That's gone. It's 5, 2, that's a 1. There's just 12 x's left over here. And the minus 5 just drops down. It's not changed. Now I want this 5 over with the 55, so we're going to add it. That would give us a 60 equals 12x was not changed. Negative 5 plus 5 cancels out. As soon as we have organized the x's on one side and the constants on another, we can divide by 12, which gives us x is a 5. 60 divided by 12 is a 5. From there, if they ask us to find the missing angles, depending on which angle they ask for, we would plug in. So if I'm trying to find this exterior angle, I would plug in 27 times 5 minus 5 on my calculator. I would just plug the x right in. 27 times 5 minus 5. So that's 130 degrees in this exterior angle. If I wanted to find this angle, I would plug a 5 in where the x is. So it's a -5 plus 15, plug a 5 in. This angle is 70 degrees in that corner. So when we solved this one, notice the x's were separated. They were placed on different sides of the equal sign. So we had to add and subtract to move our terms around. On question B, we have, it's kind of hard to see. I'm gonna say that's a 3x. Or a 5x, let's see. We'll try. We'll go with 5x. 5x minus 5, because that's a positive, that's a negative. This is a positive 10x. This is a minus 4. And then it will end up equaling the exterior angle. When I combine these two together, the two interior combined together will equal the exterior. Now, with that imaginary wall, you'll notice that when the x's are separated, on this one, the x's are on the same side. So when the x's are on the same side together, we can just combine them. 5 and 10 make 15 x's. -5 and -4 make -9. Once we combine like terms, we can now solve for x by adding 9. X's alone. And then we divide by 15. And I must have messed up because I'm guessing this was a 3, so there was an error right here. So I'm gonna fix my mistake because I read that number wrong. So if I read this number wrong, I put a 5 and it's supposed to be a 3. I'm gonna go down here and change this number to a 3. So if that's a 3, that means the only thing I really messed up from here is that 3 and 10 does not make 15, it makes a 13, which then goes to here, which means this would be a 13. Which then means the divided by would be a 13. Okay, let's see if that fixes the mistake. So 143 divided by 13 is 11. X equals 11. So same thing on your assignments and on the exams for these. There will be whole numbers, so then you know to go through and check your algebra if you get decimals at the end. All right, for the rest of class, you will be doing the 1.4 assignment. Be aware that on your assignment you may need to use other properties such as supplementary angles to solve.